In the blink of an eye. This is the new Andrew Stanton directed movie. If you don't know Andrew Stanton, he directed WALL-E, worked on a bunch of other Pixar stuff, and he also directed the John Carter movie, and he has not made a live action film since. I wonder why. If you know that movie, you know why. So, this movie ended up getting dropped on Hulu from Disney and Fox. I wonder why after his last movie. I'm surprised they even let him make another movie, but I'm kind of glad they did because, even if the movies he makes aren't great, he is a guy who, with the talent that he showed on display with WALL-E, should always be given opportunities to make stuff. Unless he just keeps squandering those opportunities. But I digress. This movie is interesting. Basically, the concept of this movie is an exploration of life through the guise of three. Hi, dog. It's a dog rescuing. What's up? But through the guise of three different times in history where you get to see different people's life experiences and talk about wanting to live and stuff. And so I thought this movie was an interesting movie that gave me a lot to think about after watching the movie, but it was a very slow burn. This movie has some amazing direction pieces to it. The part set in the future definitely reminded you, wow, this is the guy who did WALL-E, all right. And it had a lot of things to say and do, and it clearly had a purpose to it. And I think there's a lot to discuss with the themes and ideas of this movie, but it's just a slog to get through. And I think that's partially because this movie is trying to go for like a documentary type feel. And I feel like when a movie is trying to make you think about things, sometimes going through that feel just doesn't really work for me. I think of a movie like Everything Everywhere All at Once. That movie had very similar themes and ideas, but at an energetic pace and had ideas. And that's a very different movie, but they kind of had the same goals in the end, which is to get you think about your life, where you're at, and if you're really finding all the meaning and purpose in it that you should be. So I thought this movie was an interesting exploration of things, ideas, but it kind of fell apart in a lot of it. Do you have anything else to say? She don't have anything else to say. So say hi to this dog that will probably never be in another video because it's not my dog. But she just decided to jump on my lap, and I'm just going to leave it in because why do I care?